Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Subjective views here with this new release, guys. Hong Kong has just released a list of key risk considerations when it comes to the use of DLT in the banking sector. So this coming straight from Hong Kong, some of the key takeaways here from subjective views. Authorized institutions should update policies for DLT-specific factors like technology risk and business continuity. Adequate staff expertise in DLT is crucial for implementation. The board and senior management must assume full responsibility for the adoption of distributed ledger technology. Institutions should choose DLT networks based on application natures and legal responsibilities. So private networks or permission networks, etc. Smart contracts must have appropriate controls, especially in human judgment scenarios. So, for example, in a complex loan scenario. So these are all things, that, the technology is so great to a degree, but, there's always going to be some hiccups along the way. And so Hong Kong has already kind of figured out where they draw the line and where human intervention still needs to take place. So institutions should mitigate legal risk with professional advice when applying DLT to financial activities. Risk from third parties in DLT arrangements must be evaluated and managed as well. DLT-based systems should be compatible with traditional and other DLT solutions. Cybersecurity measures for DLT applications should match those of traditional systems. And finally, there must be robust policies for managing private keys, and compliance with data privacy regulations is essential. So this coming from the Hong Kong Monetary Authority just within the last day or so. Wanted to thank Subjective Views for pointing that out. And the reason, even if you don't live in Hong Kong, the reason this is important, guys, is because, once there is a framework from one country, generally the other countries around the world tend to look to that country to see, okay, what did they do? How could we apply that to our system, to what we want to do in our country? Can we take some points from there? Do we have to revise some? All very important, for the global clarity, I think, moving forward for this new emerging financial frontier. So I wanted to thank Subjective Views for pointing that out. Now, Michael Branch, guys, posting this. Okay, the International Monetary Fund warned on Tuesday that America's recent economic performance is partially the result of the country's unsustainable fiscal policies. So now the IMF is coming out and saying, USA, you need to pull up your socks. The exceptional recent performance of the United States is certainly impressive and a major driver of global growth, but it reflects strong demand factors as well, including a fiscal stance that is out of line with the long-term fiscal sustainability. This is what the IMF wrote in their most recent report. This raises short-term risks to the disinflation process, as well as longer-term physical and financial stability risks for the global economy, since it risks pushing up global funding costs. Something will have to give. The IMF projected that the U.S. economy will grow by 2.7% in 2024, an upward revision of 0.6%. From January is well above the projections for its fellow advanced economies. The strong recent performance of the United States reflects robust productivity and employment growth, but also strong demand in an economy that remains overheated. This calls for a cautious and gradual approach to easing by the Federal Reserve. Congress voted last spring to suspend the debt limit as part of a larger bipartisan deal aimed at reining in annual government funding with budget caps. At the time, the national debt stood at roughly $31.4 trillion and has since risen by trillions more in the past year, according to the Treasury Department. So now the IMF is eyeing the United States, saying, okay, we understand, but there are some longer-term financial stability risks involved with your economy. And to a degree, guys, this has all been planned since before the beer flu, but really kind of implemented over the last 4 years or so. The controlled takedown, by the powers that be, looking to reframe and restructure the financial system, of course, using DLT technology. That's just one part of it. They want to make the West poor, so they're putting in measures to do just that. Western countries really are taking the brunt of this. And so, we have to be aware. We do have to preserve our wealth. We have to make sure our cryptocurrency is safe. And this is why I urge you guys, not just for, surface level protective reasons like, crypto exchange hacks or whatnot, but also because we have to have a plan moving forward. We need to make sure we safeguard our wealth, make sure nobody has access to it, make sure nobody can cut you off. So this is why I keep my cryptocurrency in a cold wallet storage solution. I just gave 2 away to 2 lucky subscribers on Working Money channel. I will be doing more giveaways in the future, but if you guys are looking for, somewhere to store your cryptocurrency, I also do have an affiliate link in the description of the video. You can use my link. You don't have to use it. What I do suggest, though, is that you keep your crypto safe, especially if you're assuming your $10,000 investment is going to go up to $1 million or $5 million or whatever. you got to think to yourself, would you just keep $5 million laying around in your living room in the middle of the floor? Probably not. Just be safe, guys, because this bull run is just starting to heat up, and we're just going to get richer and richer. Now, BRICS news here, guys, pointing this out. The Bank of Russia just announced, now this is actually pretty big too, the Bank of Russia has just announced that it will support accelerating the adoption of cryptocurrency payments for international settlements. So they're realizing, the powers of DLT technology, of course, with the BRICS nations all, leveraging their own sovereign currencies. They're going to have to take a look at this in more detail. So according to their governor of the Bank of Russia, these crypto-based payments must be launched in a sandbox-style experimental regime first. So they're still, toying with the idea. Russia supports expanding the number of currencies and payment methods for international settlements. Last week, Elvira Nabiullina, the governor of the Bank of Russia, stated that the bank would support accelerating the enhancement of a bill supporting cryptocurrency payments for international payments. However, she did stress that these payments should be introduced into an experimental sandbox-style legal regime. The institution has been opposed to the circulation of the use of crypto for national payments, given that these assets are not under the control of the national regulators. However, though, the bank is open for its use in foreign settlements. So, leveraging DLT technology, of course, like RippleNet. We know the Bank of Russia, famously back in 2018, did go on the record and said that they were testing XRP for cross-border payments at that time. Now, this was early on in the game. I don't know how much has changed since then. But, since then, more countries have joined the BRICS nations, and a lot of those countries already have partnerships with Ripple. So, not that it is needed, but, the fact that they already have those partnerships with Ripple would make it a lot easier if Russia was Ripple enabled as well. And I'm sure in some cases they probably are already. Maybe not at scale, maybe not officially. But guys, this is what we're seeing now coming out of Russia. They do realize the importance of DLT technology, and they are saying now cryptocurrency usage for international settlements, the Bank of Russia is indeed supporting that. So that's some great news. Wanted to thank BRICS News for pointing that out. XRP Crypto Wolf also bringing this up, guys. With regards to British banks, they are becoming more favorable to tokenization. British banking giants like Barclays, guys, these are major banks, have taken part in a trial that centered around testing tokenized deposits, according to a recent report. The trial, which started this February, also involved MasterCard and Visa, the world's biggest credit card network. So you got to think, too, these are both Ripple partners as well. It will take a while before this technology can be used commercially, though. The experiment is expected to run for up to 3 years. The first results of the ongoing trial will be revealed in late summer. Tokenization is picking up steam in the UK last month. A government-backed technology group published a report that encouraged local firms to dip their toes into novel technology that could boost the efficiency of the banking sector. Prior to that, though, it also asked regulators to introduce clear tokenization rules. So they are also running this pilot project, I guess, more of a, less of a pilot, more of a kind of real-world use case now. Going to be running this for the next 3 years, but tokenization on the blockchain is obviously front and center. Going to be one of those main adoption applications, I think, when it comes to DLT technology and cryptocurrencies in general. So there's some more information about that down here. If you guys care to read, I will link this in the description of the video for you. But did want to thank XRP Crypto Wolf for posting that. Now, Chad Steingraber, guys, also giving us some important dates to be paying attention to. It's looking as though May is going to be an interesting month this year. Okay, the entire U.S. financial system moves to T+1 settlement, which utilizes DLT technology. Let me read that again. The entire U.S. financial system moves to T+1 settlement, which uses DLT technology. This is the test bed for moving to T+0 settlement to a fully real-time market. Now, he was retweeting out Digital Perspectives tweet here. Keep an eye on May the 28th. Everyone's source to be migrating to T+1 settlement time, including Robinhood, and here's some more information with regards to that. Chad also did retweet out Smoke's tweet here. This is why the transition to T+1 is so important. DTCC is trialing DLT to support T+1 and T+0 settlement. And here is some more information from a Citigroup paper, guys. The imposition of T+0 is inevitable. That's the inevitable next step. There is also a general acceptance that T+0 will only be possible if new disruptive technologies are assimilated into the post-trade operating model. It is hard to imagine T+0 working efficiently without DLT technology. So you got to piece the puzzle together here. They are looking for T+1, moving closer to T+0. And even Citigroup, guys, this is again from Citigroup. They're standing up here. that this would be very, very difficult to work efficiently without DLT technology or distributed ledger technology. Now, we know Citigroup does have affiliations with Ripple, so it's an interesting point that they made here. So this report, okay, which notes T+0's introduction would require a complete restructuring of the clearance and settlement model. And then down here, market infrastructures are already scoping out ways to enhance their existing settlement processes as part of the Project ION initiative. The DTCC is, for instance, trialing DLT to support T+1 and T+0 settlements. So we can see, guys, it is happening. It's looking as though they're targeting May the 28th to May the 28th, 2024. On top of which, we are getting, news, global news here from, this is April 2024, a brand new report from the WEF, modernizing financial markets with wholesale central bank digital currencies. You see how it's all congealing here. This one courtesy of XRP Drops on Twitter. Look who is associated with this. Well, first we know Ripple is a partner of the World Economic Forum. And James Wallace, he was part of this paper here, Vice President of Ripple X, Central Bank Engagement and CBDCs over there at Ripple. And so, guys, I do have the page up here from the World Economic Forum. If you want to download it and read it, I will link it in the description. Over 98% of the global economy's central banks are researching, piloting, or deploying central bank digital currencies. There's an opportunity to harness this innovation in central bank money to enhance systemically important payments and security transactions between financial institutions. So again, just, an entire paper here, the PDF available here. This was just published yesterday, April the 16th, 2024. But really just, looking to hit this point home. The technology is here. The companies, the private organizations are working, tirelessly behind the scenes to help create this new financial framework. We've got the deadlines, T+1 and T+0 settlement coming to a country near you, namely the entire U.S. financial system, moving to this standard, guys, by May the 28th, 2024, which, I got to say, this does bring me back to, a few things that Bearableguy did say way back when. Michelle XRP 1776 here, posting this. Popcorn and Bearableguy. I'm going through some old pictures here, XRP community. I guess he didn't say which May, did he? This was from 7 years ago. Bearableguy did respond to this back in April of 2017. Just watch, grab some popcorn, sit back and remember this day when you look back and celebrate the 1st of May. Now, I know the timeline has been shifted quite a bit since then, and I know, the beer flu has, changed things up a bit, but some points I still think are important to make note of. Fojack here, bringing up this old 2019 Bearableguy calendar. What's the clue? Bearableguy down here saying, psst, boom, hello, there was a giant blazing sun pointing to May. And if you guys remember back in 2019, we were getting really excited about this. May 2019 came and went. The beer flu has since come and gone and has affected everything around the world in, for better or for worse. I think we'll just leave it at that. But then I saw this from Ashley on Twitter. Could this be what Bearableguy was talking about? Astronomers are predicting a once-in-a-lifetime stargazing opportunity that could appear in the Northern Hemisphere sometime in 2024. A new star, perhaps? Well, now, guys, the star is glowing, and now the sun in the 2022 calendar is right over the month of August. As the years have gone on, Bearableguy has been more and more inclined to say, okay, now we just sit back and relax. We've persevered, and now it's time to celebrate with a cigar, some grapes, perhaps some champagne. And I do believe this was from the 2021 riddle. But note what Ashley has said here. Okay, the constellation Corona Borealis, the Northern Crown, is visible in the Northern Hemisphere in the spring and summer. So we're into spring, guys, moving into summer, perhaps late August. So maybe some point during the next few months, we could see something really spectacular occur. And the corona, okay, the crown, we know we've seen that imagery in Bearableguy riddles in the past, the king and the crown. Down here, Ashley gives us some more information. The TCRB is what's called the recurring nova and is actually a white dwarf in the binary or two-star system. Its stellar partner is a much larger red giant. According to NASA, as the red giant becomes unstable, it begins to shed its outer layers, which are then sucked up by the gravity of the white dwarf. So some more detailed information about that. And then the story behind the name. The open circlet of stars, known as the constellation Corona Borealis, was known by many civilizations, but only the Greeks saw it as the crown or the wreath. Middle East civilizations saw it as broken or alpha cracked dish. So the crown, guys, being cracked, the cracked dish, as you guys can see, as the Bearableguy riddles did continue on in the coming years, the king's crown did get progressively more cracked. And over here, check this out. This is just from a website here. She just posted a screen grab from NASA's website. Specifically, The story behind the name, the open circlet stars known as the constellation Corona Borealis, was noticed by many civilizations, but only the Greeks saw it as a crown or wreath, and Middle Eastern civilizations saw it as a broken or cracked dish. Here's the crown yet again, guys, and I will link this in the description of the video for you. So May to August, I still think that is maybe a little too soon to see this XRP liquidity really kind of ramp up in the market. At this point in time, we're seeing an XRP price hovering down under 50 cents, guys, 48.8 as of the time of this recording. I mean, it could be a lot worse, I'm not going to lie. I still think this is a great buying opportunity for those of you guys who are still looking to cost average down your XRP, depending on where you purchased in the past. Again, that is not financial advice. My bags of XRP have been packed for a very long time. I'm just waiting for the key factors. I've got my popcorn. I'm sitting back. I'm waiting for XRP to moon. That's just my opinion, though. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.